show up. Had to cut the stream off real quick. I'm back, running trains again. Got the old Smoky Mountain Express going, which, since now that I know it's running, I'm actually going to change it. Not the paint or anything, but I'm going to change it to the either the Prairie Mountain Express or the Shawnee Mountain Express. Kind of represent Southern Illinois a little bit. Alright, let's get this train pulled back around here. Like everybody took off. Sorry about that. Actually, I'm going to run this thing a little bit longer. I haven't seen any smoke come out of it yet. I put the smoke fluid in a few minutes ago. I don't know how warm it's got to be to start shooting a little smoke out. We'll run it a little bit longer and see if we can get some smoke coming out of Smoky Mountain Express here. And while that's running around, I'm going to unwrap the other steam engine that I bought on eBay a while back. Hopefully it runs too, like the Smoky Mountain. Still no smoke coming out of it. That's kind of disappointing. At least it's running, that's all I can say. Looks like this other steam engine I got is a 262. Hello, King Andrew. My day's going excellent. How about yourself? Hello, everybody. Getting these trains running. Got the Smoky Mountain Express going right now. These are engines I bought on eBay probably about a year ago. I'm just now getting the opportunity to test them out. Alright. Well, I put some smoke fluid in that Smoky Mountain Express and no smoke's come out of it. Oh, there's a little bit of smoke. Just a little bit coming out of it. Yvonne, my real name's Zach. Let's see here. All right, get this uncoupled here. Well, I'm glad to know the Smoky Mountain Express runs. Get it put on the lower level down here. Now we got a B&O 262. They never had any of the Prairie type. So I'll be pre-lettering this engine as well. Like I said, the Smoky Mountain Express, I'm going to rename it to either the Prairie Mountain Express or the Shawnee Mountain Express, kind of to represent Southern Illinois. King Andrew, I appreciate it. I hope you do as well, sir. All right, let's get this little 262 on here. Sorry if y'all can't see it. I can't really get my camera to set up any other way than the way it's right now, but at least you can see it in the background. All right, we are on the tracks. Let's give it some power. Oh, started to move. Let's see. I hear it moving, maybe. Maybe. Well, it started to move. Well, hopefully this sucker will go. Okay, let's move it down the track a little bit. Okay, trailing truck's on, all the wheels are on. Okay. Oh, there we go. Way it goes. Scared the crap out of me. Kind of like a bolt of lightning. Alright, this 262 is moving. You just need a little boost of power, I guess. I usually don't run it more than 60%. And this is on this loop, and this is the biggest train you'll probably ever see on my layout here. As I said, just a loop, and then there's a little yard I got storage cars on. The whole track of Penn Central, New York Central cars, which I'm going to weather that in a little bit. I'm going to weather the Milwaukee Road 2-bay and the very last car, Sioux Line 2-bay as well. Just hit it with a rattle can or rust paint and good to go. I'll tell you what, this is good stuff right here. Nothing like just coming out on a nice day, a nice evening off, running trains. As I said, I had every once in a while wheel slip off, but it re-railed itself, so no issues there. Still track's holding up perfectly fine. I just need to get me eventually a track clean car to go with it. But I'm very impressed. I'm happy that my eBay purchases both work. I was a little hesitant there for a second about B&O, but it's running good. I probably, since B&O never actually owned any of the Prairie type, and since it's already got the B&O Herald on the nose, I don't want to change that. I'm going to make it a subsidiary of B&O. Maybe instead of Baltimore and Ohio, I may put Mississippi and Ohio from the 1800s name. Just to kind of, if it's going to be a fake engine, it's going to be a fake road name too. It's not B&O, but you know, kind of related. Now I don't know if that has a smoke machine in it or not when it gets pulled around here. I'll drop a few drops of that smoke fluid I got with the Smoky Mountain Express engine, and maybe this engine will smoke up a little bit. It's doing good at slow speed. Alright, a couple of drops of smoke fluid in there. Let's see if it smokes. The Smoky Mountain one didn't smoke until I stopped it a while ago, so. Alright, let's get this thing fired up. So I'm kind of happy now that if you saw my other video, I had a Southern Railway 280. It doesn't run. You can hear the motor turn, so I'm thinking there might be a broken gear inside. So I'm going to have to look at that. And I got the 060 Smoky Mountain Express we tested earlier. Worked perfect. Now we got the 262 Prairie type Bachmann engine, and it works perfectly. Didn't at first. I was a little scared, but it does work now. So I'm very happy about that. All right, I'm going to pull this train to a stop, and I'm going to weather up a few of these cars. See if this thing's going to smoke or not. Oh, it does have a smoke machine. I'm starting to see just a little bitty bit come out of the stack there. I don't know if the video picked it up or not. And someone earlier said something about lubing the locomotive. I don't know what you use. If someone could comment on what they use for lube on these things, I'd like to know. And even slow speed, that is nice. That's just at 5% power and it's still creeping. I'm happy with that. All right, excellent. I'm going to bring it up a little bit further. Okay, let's get the Penn Central off of here. Rocky Road. Hello, Cheryl. Yes, I remember you. I'm sorry I got disconnected a while ago, but I am back for a while. All right. All right, we got these train cars. I do remember you from last live stream. I appreciate you coming back. Okay, under we go. All right. Let's see, get these train cars set up here. Like I said, I'm just going to use a rattle can to get these train cars weathered up. Oh, this is just a fun little hobby of mine. I only get out to the layout maybe once or twice a month, so I don't get as much done as I would like. A year now, actually a little over a year. Man, it took me longer to get those on the track than earlier. Let's see here. Let's give it a good old shake. Get this rattle can going. And I don't worry about getting paint on the tracks because the track I'm spray painting on, I just park cars on anyway. It ain't like it's getting any power, so. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Oh, boy. There we go. Okay, better move that down just a little bit. Let's see. A bunch of Hot Wheels. I tell you what, I've got probably about 500, and my dad's been collecting his whole life. I think he had over 20,000 at one point, Hot Wheels, and he sold them when I got out of high school, bought him a four-wheeler, and then he decided he missed his Hot Wheels too much, and he's recollected, and I think probably he's got probably 50,000 probably Hot Wheels now. All right, let's see here. All right, there's the other steam engine I haven't got going. I'm about to fix Mr. Pillsbury there at the mill. Here's the sign starting to peel off. Anyway, let's hit these up, get them looking a little more modern, rusting up. I'm not going to hit it too hard with the rust, except for the Milwaukee. Like I said, don't care if I get on the track because it will not be it won't be on there much. Let's see, get this turned around here. Yeah. All right, here we go. Pick this back up. Hello, thanks for joining. I appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe. I usually, in the last week, I've been doing a lot of lives, either trackside when I'm able to get the real trains, or this will be the first one I've done a live, me actually being on the train layout. I like that Sioux line because the rust paint kind of is pretty much the same color. So. All right, there we go. Let these dry up a little bit. Got them rusted up, looking a little more modern. My train layout kind of takes place in the 90s. I model some of the 2000s, but I kind of like modeling the 90s. And as you can see, there's my yard on the top of there. Well, happy Halloween to you, Cheryl. Appreciate you. Pretty much my Penn Central Conrail stuff's all in the front. My buddy Aaron, he really likes Conrail stuff, so when I make videos, I try to put that stuff up front so he can check it out. Still got a lot of work to do on this. Like I said, I've had a little over a year. I'm only out here a couple times a month. I'm going to have to get that train on the upper deck moved a little bit. I'm going to have a whole fence line through here. These are some buildings I'm currently working on. Got the river, some fish in it. I got to get another couple layers of river on there. Got my little campground site. I'm going to have a nice big camp area. Then I got all my trees ready to go. Get them planted. I've got some of my roadway laid down. Plan on getting some piping, some decals and stuff to put on the grain elevator. It was originally going to be Cargill, but I don't know. I've got a lot of Cargill stuff, but I'm also got ADM engines, so there you go. There's that. And then over here we got the other yard. I've got to get that building finished up. There's also a B&O sign I need to get lit up. It's got all the wiring. I just got to get the wires laid. Ketchup bottle water tower. Made that out of a water tower kit. It didn't have a roof, so I got a Christmas ornament of a ketchup bottle and made my own ketchup bottle water tower out of that. And then I got a big warehouse I'm working on. As you can tell, the layout's a mess. I got a little bit of stuff everywhere right now. And then where these box cars are right here, and where this big tub is, I've got a warehouse I'm currently finishing putting together, and it should be on the layout by next week. And then I got a little pull-out cabinet here where I can run DC trains or DCC, and I can switch between the two here with the toggle switch. That way I can run any type. If I want a sound locomotive running on the layout, I can do that. If I want a old school 1960s, 70s Tyco, I can run that as well. So that's what I've got going so far. And then kind of the upper decks kind of for extra buildings I didn't have room for on the bottom. And thought of my farming buildings and stuff I'm going to have up there. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole layout and pretty much the update I have for October. I'll probably come out here for Halloween and decorate a few things up for it. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be doing lives probably 2 or 3 days a week. At least one out here on the train layout showing you what I'm doing. And then probably 2 or 3, I'll be trackside. You can see real trains as they go by. I really appreciate y'all for watching. And I hope you all have a blessed day.